Alright folks, so here's an update on our Durango here. I'm getting ready to get some parts on the way for this thing, and we got a little project that I'm going to be doing on it. I've been enjoying driving it, I really have, but I got to do a couple things yet. I'm going to, like I mentioned before, I was wanting to do the U-joints and all that, and replace the slip yoke there, because they do get a groove in them over time. Because that seal in the transmission, the tail shaft, will wear a groove in them. So, kind of what I'm thinking about doing here is, I think instead of, just replacing just the U-joints and that slip yoke there, this drive shaft has a lot of kind of scale, and let's see if we can get a closer view of it. There we go. Has a lot of scale and rust on it and everything. I mean, it's nothing really major about it, but anyway, what I'm going to do is, I think, looked a couple things up here, and come to find out, I'll do some measuring, but they actually reproduce this whole drive shaft with the slip yoke in it, the U-joints and everything ready to go. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing there, is just going on and just buying a whole new drive shaft and with the slip yoke and all the U-joints, everything put together, and just replace this whole thing. Because I think it'd just be better off, and we got just a little tiny vibration coming from somewhere. I don't think it's actually the drive shaft. I think we might have maybe a tire that's either out of balance or either something like that. It's not horrible at all, but when you're driving about 45, you can kind of notice it there a little bit. So that's what we're going to do, is I'm going to order a new drive shaft for this thing and just go on and replace everything. And I didn't even know you could get them brand new like that, but that's what I'm going to do, because I think that'd be easier, just to go that route, and then we ain't got to worry about all that rust and scale and having new slip yoke there and new joints, and we'll go on and replace everything. I still think I'm gonna go ahead and even though it really don't need it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and replace this driver's side axle as well, and get that ordered here within the next maybe month or two. Because now I kind of take my time at it a little bit, and I ain't got to rush like I was before. So, but the next thing I am going to order for sure is that drive shaft, and then we'll probably end up replacing the one from the transfer case to the front end as well. And then of course we'll do our front axles too, our CV axles. But next on our list is getting that drive shaft ordered, and we're going to replace this driver's side axle here and this rear end here and get that replaced too. That way we'll have a whole new set in the back here. It's still doing good now, and I just want everything to be right on this thing. So we'll take in. I'm glad I wrote down all the measurements and everything on both our axles here, so I don't have to pull nothing apart, so that makes it easy. We already know it's a 31 spline. It's 33 1/4 inches long, and of course it's a 6 lug. But we'll get our drive shaft order and get this driver's side rear axle, get it ordered too, and then that'll take care of them two issues there. And then not that it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong at all with this axle on this side. I just want to replace them in a pair. That way it's done more properly and correctly. And I'm still going to do our leaf springs and all that too. But we want to get them two things. So anyway, enough about that. So y'all know where I'm at with that. Now I went ahead and ordered a new IAC sensor, a new TPS sensor, and a new map sensor there. So I got all that ordered, so we'll have all them replaced here soon. And you can't find no information on this map sensor right here. So this is your map sensor right under here. It's got 2 screws underneath of it, or not really screws, but they take it hex key fitting there. Well, hang on, told you they're on there. There's a star. Takes that star fitting there. It's got 2 star fittings there. Well, screws, whatever you want to call it. Bolts, whatever. But we're going to replace that. Replace our map sensor. Not that there's anything wrong with it at all, but I'm going to replace it anyway. And then our TPS sensor, I'm going to replace that too. And then I'm going to replace back in here, I am going to replace that IAC, your idle air control, which it looks like it's fairly new then. It might have been replaced at one time. Them 2 sensors right there look like they might be original there. But that one back here looks a little bit newer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been replaced. But our IAC, I'm kind of suspecting is bad, because when you get up to speed and everything, once it, you get in 4th gear, the converter locks up and everything, it kind of bogs down a little bit, and it just feels like it's bogging down, like it's not quite running right, but it runs good. I mean, it's got good takeoff power and everything, but it might just be me, because it's been so long since I drove something with the overdrive and everything. When the converter locks up like it just feels like, I'm so used to the 1-to-1 ratio that it just feels like it kind of kills power a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I think it might have been replaced at one time. You can see it there. Yeah, I think it's been replaced. But anyway, I got all them 3 coming. I'm just going to replace all 3 of them, see if it'll correct that issue there, because I was reading a little bit on the internet, and I think it might be kind of the problem. And I just, if I'm going to go in there, it's the domino effect again. If I'm going to go in there and replace the IAC, I might as well replace these 2 too. They're not that expensive at all. I think I bought all 3 for like $30 online. And they weren't bad at all. I mean, of course it's China junk, but if it corrects it and helps it run better and everything, if it lasts, at least 2 years, 3 would be best, then that's all I care. That's the whole thing. That's why we're doing all this work to this Durango here. Is I need this thing to last at least, 2 to 3 years from now. It's got to last, because I'm don't want to have a car payment and it's paid off for, and I just enjoy this while I last, for now, until I can hopefully afford something newer. Probably end up getting a newer Durango eventually, but I want to wait at least 2 to 3 years from now. Because the sad part about this Durango here, if y'all been following up on the videos here, is this thing has been down and parked longer than it's been on the road. But anyway, I love it though. I really do. It's so much better than driving that old piece of shit C10. But anyway, so that's where we're at. It's kind of a vlog here of our Durango here, and been enjoying it. Sorry it's dark here, but I just want to get this video up here and kind of give you all a little update how it's doing. I mean, it runs and drives beautiful now. It really does. It's just when you get up to about 45, you got just a little vibration, and that might just be one of them tires. Might be a little out of balance. I might have lost the weight or something, and that might be in that. And I don't think it's not the dry shaft at all. I really don't think it is. But the only reason I'm replacing that, like I said, is it's just the domino effect. By the time you buy the slip yoke and get that, and get the U-joints, the U-joints ain't expensive at all. But they have the inside clip. It's not an outside clip, just so y'all know. But by the time you buy that yoke, that's already almost $100. And you get the U-joints, they're not that expensive at all. They're probably, I don't know, $15 a pop. You got technically 4 of them, but I had to double check it. But I know you got at least 3. It might be 4. I'll have to see how that dry shaft from the transfer case to the CV axles is fixed on there. I ain't quite paying no mind to that. I think it's 4 total. Might be just 3. But I don't remember how the yoke is. But anyway, by the time you buy all that, you can get a whole nother dry shaft for like $200. I was looking at online, and I had to measure that one for sure. But You know, that comes with, like I said, the slip yoke, the U-joints and everything. And I just rather pay $200 and just get everything new and, you know, just do it right and be done with it. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. That's next on the list, is getting a dry shaft, and we're going to replace them 3 sensors on that throttle body there. See if that should help it a little bit. And that'll be it pretty much. So y'all take care, and I'll make some more updates when we get all our sensors replaced and let y'all know how it runs, see if it helps a little bit. And like I said, it's not running bad or nothing. It's just, it might just be me because I'm not used to the old drive. But either way, I think that I kind of suspect that IEC is going out anyway, because, you know, you look back in the videos, you can kind of clearly hear that when I started it up. There's a few times you can hear it go, you know, it sounds like a huge vacuum leak. And to me, I don't think that's quite normal to be, you know, going, you know, for that little valve to be open that much, or, you know, that much in time or anything. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to replace it anyway. I mean, it's only $30. I mean, if it works, good. If not, whatever. I'm going to keep all the original sensors anyway, in case them old junk China ones don't work. But anyway, y'all take care. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later.